Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Enrique and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Electoral and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
In the news tonight, Fiji First set for another term. Attack on Fiji First youth volunteers. And FEO stops result announcements.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Good evening, Fiji. Fiji First leader Vorenge Bainimarama is set to be sworn in as Prime Minister once again for another four-year term. According to calculations by the FBC News team, Fiji First is now in a position where it will clearly end up with more than 50% of all eligible votes in the 2018 general election. Although the data entry for the last few ballot boxes are still continuing, a final official result declaring Fiji First as outright winners with the majority of either 27 or 28 seats in the 51-member parliament is expected in a couple of hours' time. Based on our calculation, the three parties eligible under the electoral process and who have met the 5% threshold to be eligible for a seat in Parliament are Fiji First, SODELPA and the National Federation Party. The total number of votes received by the three parties is 348,745, with Fiji First having 179,900 votes, which is over the 50% needed to form government. SODELPA is on 142,402, while NFP has 26,443. Ali Kimbia has more.
Yes, we look forward to a very good result.
I think we have a very good chance.
It's been a hard-fought campaign, a campaign that had obstacles mostly in the form of ethnicity, religion and personal attacks. At the end of debates on Sunday, heading into the blackout period, it was hard separating the parties as Fijians headed to the polls on a wet Wednesday morning. Now, 3 days after, Fiji First said to be back in power with either 27 or at least 28 seats. Bainimarama's policies has worked for most, albeit he has lost ground from his 2014 outing. In 2014, Bainimarama managed to get 202,459 votes, while his party tallied 293,714. However, Bainimarama's promise of security and stability has worked, and his opposition's streak of dangling carrots in front of Fijians has not brought about successes. NFP's fancy manifesto did lure some, and the party is said to have at least the same number of seats as in 2014, or could even have one more. The confidence of having lured Indo-Fijian voters didn't work for NFP, while SODELPA's regulars have lost out on votes, pushing leader Sitiveni Rambuka to the top of the ladder. SODELPA set to increase its number of seats in opposition from the last outing. Fiji First managed to pull in massive support from the West and Central Division, which sets the platform for their return to power for another 4 years. The party managed to also get support in the Northern Division. Based on projections and with the final results still yet to be announced tonight, Fiji First will now work on forming a government with a majority and new faces in the lineup of MPs. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
With Fiji First on track to get back into power, it was a sad sight for some of its volunteers last night as they had to endure unprovoked violence and had to escape for their own safety. A group of 7 Fiji First youths and volunteers were allegedly assaulted outside a nightclub in Suva. One of the 7 youths shares her terrifying experience with FBC News this afternoon. Ali Kimbia with the details.
Still in shock from what was supposed to be a night out filled with fun, but ended with a brutal attack from a group of unknown men and the terrified youths running to save their lives.
We were waiting for a cab, and then all we heard was one of the volunteers calling out for help. So we ran towards them, and there were a group of boys, I think 20 above boys attacking. So we went to help them, and they they started attacking us.
There were 7 of them, but FBC News spoke to one of the victims. The other wasn't able to say anything due to a swollen face. According to the group, they were attacked by around 20 men. They claim all they could hear was verbal attack against Fiji First Leader, Vurenge Bainimarama.
Some of the group of boys was just swearing at the PM. And they were, I don't know why, but they were just swearing at him. Because two other girls that we went with was his granddaughter. They were swearing at them, kicking them. That's all I could remember.
The Fiji Police Force has confirmed that the investigation is currently underway. According to police, no arrests have been made, but have gathered information from some of the people who were at the scene. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Indra Singh joins us live now with the very latest results released by the Fiji Elections Office.
Thank you. Just a quick look at the results, but before that, as you've heard, the Supervisor of Elections, Mohammed Saneem, in his press briefing earlier this afternoon, telling us that all the input of results, protocol of results, will be suspended because the political parties have raised some issues and he wants it all verified with them. And just moments ago, before we went to air, he's also come out and proven some of the concerns that were raised by the political parties not valid. He has proven that with the data entry system and all the paperwork that they've got in order, that has showed that it's totally contradictory to what the political parties have raised. Just looking at the results that we have got to hand as of this afternoon, 6 p.m. the latest update. Fiji First maintains its stronghold on the top of the table after 1,752 stations that have been counted. Fiji First on 179,900 votes. It's a party total, a total of 50.17%. Social Democratic Liberal Party, or SODELPA, is in second place with 142,402. That's 39.72%, and the National Federation Party is on 26,443 votes. On the individual category, the individual candidate so far, Josiah Vorenge Bainimarama for Fiji First, still maintains his massive lead with 133,119. He's polled 37.13% votes from the total votes cast. Sitiveni Rambuka in second place with 60,349. Aya Sayed Kaim on 13,445, and Biman Prasad, the National Federation Party leader, on 9,571. So that will be the last of the updates according to the Supervisor of Election at 6 p.m. The next update that will come our way or come out on the app is after the political parties have met the Elections Office officials and verified, and protocol of results have been shared between the two parties. Jackie.
Supervisor of Elections Mohammed Saneem says the polling today was conducted smoothly and without any disruptions. Saneem says counting will begin at the 22 polling stations once the last voter casts his vote, and the results will be transmitted to the results centre at Lavala Bay, Suva.
To tabulate the results within 24 hours of the receipt of the final protocol of results from the polling stations. And for your information, we will be receiving the final protocols of results from Levuka tomorrow morning, from the boat that is coming there to the jetty. We will thereafter compile the results, and we should be able to indicate a time when the results will be final, sometimes tomorrow morning.
Saneem also revealed that they will stop releasing the results as per the request from the political parties. This will resume once all the political parties have verified and caught up with the protocols of results and the system entry records. The FEO has entered results from 1,752 polling stations into the system so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will stop there. We will not be loading any more results onto the result management system. We will pause. We will provide the political parties that have got agents present here with the records from the result management system as well as the protocols of results, and we will reconcile to make sure that everybody in the result center has the same amount of data, including the data on the app, and then we will continue from most probably midnight tonight with the results that is to be entered for the rest of the election. So this we are already doing today, and we are already writing to the political parties to alert them that we will carry out this exercise so that everybody is on the same amount of information before we proceed with the rest of the data entry.
We now join Aliki Mbia, who is at the SODELPA headquarters. Aliki, what is the latest situation on the ground?
Jackie, I am here at the SODELPA headquarters here in Suva, and with me is the party leader, Sitibeni Rambuka. Yes, as you've already know, the supervisory elections have called for a seizure in terms of the counting, just for them to verify all the counting processes to all the party agents that were there. But people at the moment are looking forward to the projections that are there, because in terms of the counting that has already been done, over 1,700 polling stations have been counted, which is way more than half of the polling stations all around Fiji. And looking at the projections at the moment in terms of the outcome of the 2018 elections, calculators are out already in terms of doing calculations. FBC News in the last hour earlier stated that in terms of the projection and the number of votes that are coming in for the Fiji First Party, they look good in terms of forming the next government for the next 4 years. But here with me is the party leader of SODELPA, Sitibeni Rambuka, who will tell us more in terms of the chances that are there for the party. He has said that he has not given up hope, and there is still a chance for SODELPA to form the next government. Mr. Rambuka.
Nawalebu Liki. Good evening, Fiji. And may I first of all congratulate all the voters for having performed their personal national responsibility of casting their vote to elect the next government of our nation. Yes, it's been a very interesting tussle. This morning we wrote that letter of concern to the electoral authorities of Fiji, and they have responded positively. They will hold everything. They will make sure that the 1,752 polling stations protocol results will be verified by the political party agents that are available, that are there deployed at the central count center, and then they will continue. That is a concern that we raised. But right now, as you say, people are already projecting the trend and the numbers, and while they say that it's looking good for Fiji First to retain control of government, we are not losing hope. There is a lot of possibilities still outstanding. The actual physical counting of the vote referring to the protocol result may throw a totally different light on the results that have come out through the app and projections by the experts on numbers. This afternoon we had that press conference earlier on, this evening I mean, and as far as I am personally concerned, I'm still very, very positive of either alone or together with a coalition partner forming the next government of our nation.
You did mention that either alone or forming with a coalition partner. At the moment, just looking at the results that are there, only NFP stands a chance for you guys to form a coalition if you guys want to form the next government.
Yes, that's correct. The threshold is 5%, and it doesn't look like the other three parties will make it over that threshold. So National Federation Party is the only other party that will have seats in the parliament, and because of the history we have had of working together towards the National Constitution of 1997, and also coming together for the 1999 general elections, and earlier on as we prepared for the elections. After my selection as party leader, I was given the mandate by the management board to talk with all the political parties, and they all came to talk, but then in fact the talks had not finished, because they did not say, no, we are not coming in. They just went ahead and filed their candidate list, selected their own, and went ahead and did the preparatory work for the elections. So our door, as I said earlier to some media outlets, is still open. And judging from the body language of Professor Biman Prasad in our talks recently, it's still all go.
Just lastly, if the trend continues in terms of counting and the progressive of numbers, in terms of the number of votes coming in, and if you are going to be the opposition leader, are you ready to take up the post?
I will not be. It's not an automatic choice, because the opposition leader will have to be appointed in Parliament by the opposition parliamentarians, and the position of party leader becomes vacant when when SODELPA does not win outright, which means 50.01%, say, of the votes in the general election.
Well, there you have it, the leader of SODELPA, Sitibeni Ramboka. Jackie.
The Media Industry Development Authority has praised the mainstream media for holding the fort in getting correct, accurate and credible information to the public. This comes after a number of outbursts and fake news were published and shared on social media, claiming the 2018 general election is rigged and not democratic. Akusita Thale caught up with MIDA Chair Ashwin Raj in Thailevu today.
The Media Industry Development Authority says despite majority of the people turning to social media for election reports, the 2018 general election has underscored the importance of mainstream media.
The mainstream media has done a good job in terms of also debunking a lot of the fabrications on the social media. And as much as this election was fought on the platform of social media, we also saw how much fabrication and lies were concocted in the social media, and the mainstream media has come out real winners because they've really questioned and debunked a number of these lies and fabrications.
Ashwin Raj says only the multinational observer group will decide if there was any vote rigging or other electoral breaches.
You and I have been on the road since 6 a.m., you know, going through village after village. And so this is democracy at work. And I think this is what is the most fundamental thing about today. And all of this is happening in the face of all of the fake news in the social media.
The MIDA chair says at the end of the day, everyone has to wait for the official results as they're progressively released by the Fijian Elections Office. Akusita Thale, FBC News.
History was created today when voters from 25 polling stations recast their vote after the initial vote on election day was cancelled. The voting was done under the watchful eyes of the multinational observer group and party polling agents. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
It wasn't until 8 a.m. when the gates finally opened. Even though there was a half-an-hour delay, everyone were happy, saying the electoral process was easy.
Very good, not too much line. The staff here was very good.
It's very easy for me. I just read the line and see the numbers there, which I want to give it, then I tick there.
The multinational observer group was present at the start of the polling at Nosuri Technical College today. 1,261 Fijians were registered to cast their votes at the 3 polling stations.
I was delighted to observe at this polling station that there's been a queue of voters waiting to vote, so there's clearly people are still keen to turn out, and I think that's a very positive sign.
Despite having their votes on election day cancelled, nothing was going to stop these Fijians from re-voting today.
It's our right. It's our civil right to vote. You have to make a decision which government you want to run for the country for the next 5 years. So it's your right, and you have to action that right.
Polling at this venue was called off and votes cancelled at around 2 p.m. on election day due to rising flood waters. Eleanor Tarangaivu, FBC News.
After the break, final 22 polling venues record high turnout. Details after the break.
Bula neva ngo malakai leloma ngo ngai nakas ondo bagrong na Bula FM nambandu ay na sere
Oya ubasit sai lambasa ya ondo talita na barong na Bula FM nambandu ay na sere
Gua da tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka talita kina na barong na Bula FM nambandu ay na sere
wana tunga na Bula FM nambandu ay na sere nawaluan
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka kita ondo talita kana Bula FM nambandu ay na sere
Bula FM nambandu ay na sere.
Villagers of Ndelakando in the district of Ndawasamu Tailevu have praised this year's electoral process, saying it was flexible and less problematic. Voting was called off in the district because access to the village via the Ndawasamu bridge was blocked due to flooding. Akusita Tale was in Tailevu today and filed this report.
21-year-old Eminoni Vere woke up early this morning eager to cast his vote for the first time.
I rushed to the polling venue in the village early Wednesday morning, but when I reached the bridge was flooded and I was unable to cross it. So I waited until the water subsided before I crossed the bridge to come to vote, only to find out that they had cancelled voting here because of the bad weather. But here I am on its second day and I have just voted for the party I support.
63-year-old Mary Matanankede says this year's election is different because she was allowed to assist her 73-year-old husband, who is a stroke patient, to cast his vote.
My husband is a stroke patient and has difficulties with his right hand holding a pen to even write his name. So the presiding officer requested me to help him, which I did on Wednesday and today again.
57-year-old Meli Waivaro says he had just finished casting his vote on Wednesday when he was informed that voting in his area had been adjourned due to unfavorable weather.
It took me around 5 minutes to go through the voter book list to be sure of the number that I will vote for. I voted for the same person on Wednesday and today, so whether that person makes it to Parliament or not, I will continue to show my support for the candidate I voted and also support the new government that will be formed after the election.
There are a total of 244 registered voters at Ndelakando. However, only 193 had managed to cast their vote on Wednesday before the adjournment was announced. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Villagers of Matadao were continuously reminded by the village spokesperson to cast their votes again. The Ranganikoro, Lote Mandraitambua, says he informed all registered voters that they must cast their votes again today. Sanianin Boiler reports.
Matadao village spokesperson Lote Mandraitambua says he worked hard to ensure that all his villagers exercise their constitutional right today.
I called all villagers 4 times from Wednesday until this morning to ensure that they are all in the village today to cast their votes again.
78-year-old Chokavevi Rokuudhi was one of the 5 villagers of Matadao who voted from her home.
I was very happy to be served by the FEO officials in this year's election.
Voters say it was a great decision by the Fijian Elections Office to move polling to today.
All of us registered voters in the village managed to cast our votes on Wednesday. Only those leaving towards Korovo town were not able to cross the road to come to the village and cast their votes, so we were told to vote again.
It was raining heavily on Wednesday. I managed to vote, but the polling stations was closed at 1 p.m. We were told that only those that did not vote will vote today. However, yesterday the village spokesperson called on all registered voters to cast their votes again today.
A total of 271 voters were registered to vote in Matadao polling station. 219 voters had managed to cast their votes last Wednesday. Sainian Imboila, FBC News.
Voting for 2 polling stations in Naitasiri were conducted today. Early this afternoon, polling stations were receiving their last batch of voters. Eleanor Rangaivu was in Muniweni earlier today.
Farmers from Muniweni took time out of their normal Saturday routine to make their votes count after the initial one was cancelled.
When I came, the road was flooded here, so I walked through the flooded water and casted my vote. And then I heard in the radio that it has been cancelled. I have to come again today.
Located about an hour and a half from Suva, Muniweni hosts a large community of farmers. Saturday is normally farming and marketing day.
After this, we go lunch, then at 2 o'clock we start farming.
Oh, I plant vegetables, root crops, dalo, okra, and my produce, I just take it to supermarket.
300 Fijians are registered to cast their vote here. By midday, about 200 have already gone through the doors and had their say.
We want a government who is capable enough to run this country, so that everybody in this country live happily.
This government good, give all things for pharmacy, and we like to give vote again.
The same number of voters were registered at this polling station in the 2014 general election. Eleanor Turangaiwiu, FBC News.
It was Elections Day once again for some villagers of Sawakasa district in Tailevu. 81-year-old Namau villager Sarah Elisoni says it's historic for her to cast her vote twice in one election. Sani Animboila was in the district this morning and filed this report.
Sarah Elisoni reached her polling venue a little after 7:30 a.m. on the Fijian Elections Office transport to cast her vote once again.
On Wednesday, I came to the polling station when the flood waters receded. I was told to go straight to Londoni Community Hall. It's a bit tiring for me, but I'm glad the transport came home to pick me up.
For the Tuivono family of Namau, swimming to the polling station was the only option on Wednesday, as they wanted their votes to matter.
We saw the flood while we are on our way to the polling station on Wednesday. We managed to cast our vote. And yesterday afternoon we heard in the news that we will have to vote again. So we are here again today.
Saukasa villagers were also registered to vote at the Londoni Primary School polling station.
I've cast my vote on Wednesday, and when we were told that we have to cast our votes again today, we are so grateful because that is our right and is the directive from the government.
I was at the polling venue on Wednesday early in the morning and I managed to vote. This is the fourth time I'm voting and everything is easy this time around.
434 Fijians were registered in this polling station. However, only 314 turned up to cast their votes on Wednesday due to the unfavorable weather. Hopes are high more Fijians will cast their votes today. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Villagers from Visama and Tailevu and nearby settlements made use of the free transport provided by the Fijian Elections Office to cast their votes at the two polling stations at Visama Sanatan Primary School. The road leading to the school was flooded last Wednesday. Meli Tavanga reports a majority of the voters re-voted today.
People turn out in numbers from as early as 7 this morning to make their vote count.
It's really easy, but last time we came here it was heavy rain. So today I just confused when my brother gave a call to me and he told me that you have to go vote again. So we just have to come by car and I'm lucky, so we have to vote again, I hope.
This year has changed a lot compared to the past elections. I'm happy that I'm able to vote again this year.
Fiji First have done too much for us. It's useful for us. If Fiji First win, it's better.
65-year-old Ravinesh Sharma says he did not mind revoting.
To change government, to this government come, but we have to look after our job and don't want to any problem come, just like a proper way, go to election.
Around 823 people were expected to cast their votes at the two polling stations in Visama. Meli Tavanga, FBC News.
Up ahead in sports, Fijiana thumps Tonga in Oceania Championship. And Bureta and combined football clubs bundled out of NCC. Details after the break.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Osori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Osori. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic.
The Fiji Airways Flying Fijians team is looking forward to maintaining its 100% win rate when they face Uruguay tomorrow. Fiji faces its opponent for the third time as their build-up for the next World Cup in Japan next year continues. Vashnil Prasad reports.
They're certainly, South American teams. They like their maul. They're strong and they're pick and go close to the goal line. I mean, they're two areas that we've already had to work on after last week. And we expect a little bit more of that this week.
The Fiji Airways Fijiana women's 15 side made a powerful start, thumping Samoa 53-8 in the Oceania Championship at Churchill Park in Lautoka yesterday. The side, which had the services of former Fijiana Sevens reps Ana Maria Rongiva, skipper Rusila Nangasao and Lavinia Tinai, led 22-3 at half-time. Vashnil Prasad reports.
The Fijiana 15 side proved too strong for Tonga as they started the Oceania Championship with a bang.
Our aim today was to get as many points as we can, especially playing here at home.
Despite securing a big win, Captain Rusila Nangasao believes there is more improvement needed in the team.
Now we have to go back to our blackboard, and I think we've talked about halftime. It's our faults. We have to go and look at our faults and try to correct whatever we had mistake today.
For Tonga, it was an uphill battle as they participated for the first time, plus were thrown against a much experienced Fijian side.
For many, it was our first time playing 15s, and just thankful for Oceania for giving us the opportunity to join this tournament.
Fijiana plays PNG on a Tuesday at 3:30 p.m, while in another match earlier, Samoa faces Tonga at 1 p.m. at Churchill Park in Lautoka. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Suva's Mburete FC and Combined Brothers have been bundled out of the Vodafone National Club Championship after losing its second pool match at Fiji FA Academy Ground in Vatuanga, Suva today. Mburete FC, which had a majority of the Suva reps, lost to Friends United of Nasinu by 2-1 in a match earlier. Rewa's Kasabo FC thumped Combined Brothers 12-0. Gabi Matanasinga scored 4 goals in the match for Kasabo. In the first match, Nailanga FC beat defending champions Blues FC of Nandi by 2-1. The pool games will continue tomorrow. Lautoka Athletics boys team has been crowned the FMF Chow Games champions at ANZ Stadium in Suva today. Lautoka tops the medal tally with 10 gold, 7 silver and 9 bronze after 2 days of competition. Suva won the girls division title, grabbing 10 gold, 9 silver and 7 bronze. The visiting Wallace and Fortuna team has set a new record in the Chow Games under-14 shot put. Luifale Mikaele threw a distance of 1651 meters as he broke a 21-year-old result. It was generally fine weather prevailed over most places across the west, mostly sunny and fine conditions. Eastwards from Pack Harbour to Suva, a mixture of clouds and sunshine throughout the day. And up north, clouds and breaks of sun, brief morning showers, then a passing shower in the afternoon. At sea, moderate south to southwest winds, moderate seas. The next low tide is at 9:18 p.m, followed by high tide at 3:18 tomorrow morning. Sunrise at 6:21 a.m. Outlook for tomorrow, it's cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, mainly fine. And looking ahead to Monday, it's more fine weather. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji First set for another term, attack on Fiji First youth volunteers. And FEO stops results announcements. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, are you prepared for the cyclone season? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm a Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.